Hello, Rommel. I'm really happy to see these essays from you. Well done. So let's get right into your corrections and see what you had to say. Okay, doing an enjoyable activity with a child can develop better skills and imagination than reading. Okay, let's see what you had to say about it. It is a fact that skills development is an essential part of growing up. Skills can be developed. Okay, careful, ED. And this is the conversational and informal way of spelling through. Not the correct way, so correct that, please. So skills can develop through delightful activities or reading, but there is no scientific proof on which one is better. There has been a long-standing debate whether skills development is due to performing fun activities or through reading. Okay, I completely agree that a fun activity provides a better personal growth and development. In this essay, will discuss my reasons and provide examples to support my argument. Okay, it's nice, and in fact, there were a couple examples of vocabulary that I really liked, like this long-standing debate, skills development. So that's nice. All right, let's move on. Firstly, it is believed. Don't forget to add the D here. Like kids tend to learn easier and faster if they like what they're doing. Okay, so first of all, it's children. In an IELTS essay, we always use the word children instead of kids because kids is just not formal enough. And you don't learn easier, you learn more easily. Okay, you can do this with faster because faster is also an adverb. But here you want the adverb for easy, which is easily, and because it's comparative, it needs to be more easily. So, and then you also forgot an R right here to make it correct present continuous. So the sentence should read, firstly, it is believed that children tend to learn more easily and faster if they like what they are doing. All right. This is largely because they do not see these activities as a burden because they are having fun. A study by Harvard University capitalized the U, shows that doing puzzles, playing board games, and computer games sharpens the mind and exposed kids. Well, why not exposes? Because if it sharpens, exposes. It's not like one is in the present and one is in the past. So it sharpens the mind and exposes children to technology, which then gives them an advantage when they grow up. Moreover, engaging in laboratory experiments in school attracts students' interest if they can see, feel, or hear the result, unlike reading from books where they only learn theories. Okay. Okay, I feel, I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that engaging in laboratory experiments is another way for kids to learn. And I get that. It's just, there's a, okay, it's all right. It felt kind of like out of nowhere for me. Maybe moreover wasn't the word you wanted here. I'm not really sure, but it just felt like this came out of nowhere, and I'm wondering if maybe it needed a little more development, maybe one more sentence. I'm not entirely sure, but I keep looking at it, and it just doesn't feel 100% right. Okay, let's move on, though. Secondly, the majority of children loves. Okay, well, majority is a really funny word because people are always like, well, then what verb do I use? Do I use loves or love? Okay, so let me pretty much explain to you how a rule regarding majority. Children are obviously multiple, so it's kind of like a common sense thing. So majority of children should be love. Okay, because you're referring to many children. However, if it was something like the majority of pizza, you could say the majority of the pizza was eaten last night because it was one pizza, but just the biggest part of it was consumed. So it depends what the noun is. Here it should have been love instead of loves. Okay, these activities are not only fun, but also teach. They are, and they teach, so plural, them social and cognitive skills. Furthermore, youngsters mature emotionally and gain self-confidence when playing. Data from research with no A, because research is uncountable. Research by Yale shows that 70% of successful adults played some kind of sports when they were young. Although playing will not assure success in the future, the skills learn. Okay, so check it out. Here you've got two words for contrast. You've got although, and then you've got but. You really just need to pick one because you shouldn't use both together. I actually liked that you used although. I felt it was a little more advanced grammatically. So let's stick with although and get rid of the but. Okay, so although playing will not assure success in the future, the skills learned, ed, from it will serve as an advantage for them growing up. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, notwithstanding the fact that reading is an integral part of learning, pleasurable activities provide, no S, more benefit in the development of a child's skill. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It's very nice. You've got a lot of really nice vocabulary, a lot of nice collocations that I really liked, and the structure was good. There were some grammatical things obviously happening. I kept correcting a number of grammatical issues. However, there's one other thing. You never really talked about what kind of benefits reading has. I mean, you mentioned it in the beginning, but then the rest of the essay was just focused really on the benefits of these other activities. So for me personally, I think, because it says to what extent do you agree or disagree, I mean, there's got to be some benefits to reading. If there's such a long-standing debate, there's a reason why there's a debate about it. So perhaps you should address the debate in favor of reading and why people might think that it develops better skills and imagination than these other activities, even if it's just to refute it, even if it's just to say, you know, yeah, this is what people are saying, that reading does X, Y, and Z. However, it's sedentary, it's passive, it's not learning through doing, it's just sitting and receiving information, and that information can easily be lost if you don't do something with it. So, do you understand what I mean? You have to at least, you should mention it. I mean, of course, this is if we're talking about wanting like a higher band score, like 7 and above. You really should mention that as well. All right, but it was nicely written on the whole. Just watch some of those grammar things. All right, let's look at the second one. Communication is less between family members of late. Do you agree or disagree? Communication is a very important component in the society. Nowadays, this aspect of life has become scarce. You want a C here, especially in the household. I am in consummate accord that family members have become distant with each other due to changes in society and development. In this essay, I will discuss the issue using studies from the US and Australia to demonstrate the points and support the arguments. Firstly, in this age where internet is wide, the internet, it's always the internet. It's just one, like the sun. Okay, more and more people are living in their virtual reality rather than, here you wanted than, not that, their real life. From role-playing games to social media, individuals are spending so much time on online games and Facebook, but devote so little time to, you devote something to something, to catching up with parents and siblings. A study by online gaming companies and Facebook shows that their users exhaust 15 hours daily on their platforms, which gives them less time for other things. This is not the best word here. I know what you're trying to say, but maybe consume would have been a better word, not really exhaust. Therefore, as these, careful with your spelling, this is the wrong word here, you want these. Activities take up most of the time of each family member. No S. Very less or sometimes no more ample room. Hold on. You're missing a word here. Let's take a look at it again. Therefore, as these activities take up most of the time of family members, there is much less or sometimes no more time for discussions and conversation. I think you needed something like that. Okay, let's move on. Secondly, changes, S here, in the society have, because it's plural, changes. Change in the society. Okay, really just one change? That's why I made it plural. So this is largely because among kin, it's not really, I know what you're trying to say. I know you're trying to use another word for family, but it's just not really a very commonly used word, at least not in this context. between members of the same family, between relatives. Okay, you could have used something like that instead. This is largely because nowadays it is very common that both parents are working. Both parents work. Additionally, to make ends meet, that's a nice expression. Additionally, children are swamped with studies and other extracurricular activities. Extracurricular, which hinder. It's a fact. It's something happening today. It's just a general truth. So you need to use the present simple here. Hinder. A research company in the U.S. found that 8 out of 10 married couples are both work. Again, there's no reason to make it present continuous. It's not something temporary. It's not something happening at the moment. It's just a general fact that exists. Furthermore, data from the Ministry of Education in Singapore indicates that changes in the school curriculum have, because it's changes, students to spend 8 to 9 hours in school, unlike before, where they stayed only 5 to 6 hours. Consequently, the evolution of the region is one of the culprits, plural, why communication has been minimal in the household. Okay. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I strongly agree that improvement in technology and alterations in the community have caused kinfolk to drive apart from each other. Although it is not too... No, something's happening here too. Although it is not too late. However, it is not too late. That's what you need here. However, it is not too late. Full stop. The government can impose laws to regulate online games and social media so that people will not spend too much time on such activities. Make amendments, careful with your spelling, to existing, no S, policies to provide parents with additional vacation leave to be used with a date for family-related reasons, careful, and revise the school curriculum to reduce the amount of school activities for students to allow ample time for their families. Okay, very nice. Do you agree or disagree? To what extent do you agree? Okay, again, maybe the one thing I would have said, I mean, I really liked your arguments. I really liked these paragraphs. I felt you addressed the issue very well. Again, I'm going to say one thing. Maybe you could have also mentioned, that some people, but the whole thing behind things like Facebook and all these social media platforms is to connect us better. And so some people would argue that we are connecting more with people. And so there's actually a benefit there to facilitate communication, not hinder it. So you could have addressed that as well. Now, I liked it though. I mean, you were really clear about it. Like I said, you could have addressed it, but I felt like this was so well developed that you didn't necessarily need to do it. You could have, okay? Again, even if it was just to refute why you don't agree with it. Okay, but it was well done. So nice job for your first attempt. Just be careful with some of those grammatical things like passive voice, plurals versus singular. So what you need to do now, if you haven't already done so, is make an error correction list. You need to correct these essays and add the mistakes to that list, and then send them back with your next essays. Of course, ideally, you would do that within the next day or so that you can, continue to apply all the things you're learning in the course. So, nice job, and I will be looking for more essays from you.